London in winter. Cold air, warm lights, Christmas markets, museums older than most countries, and food that's worth every calorie. If it's your first time here and you want the easiest, most tourist friendly guide, from Borough Market to the British Museum, from the Prime Meridian to New Year's Eve fireworks, this video will take you through it.
Day one in London. We're heading to Borough Market first, and right now Rachita is running ahead of me because she is making sure we stop the bus.
London looks huge, but getting around is surprisingly simple. The red buses are honestly the best way to see the city. They're cheaper than the tube, and you get great views from the top deck. Use the buses and the underground together, and you'll reach almost anywhere fast.
Our first stop is Borough Market. This place is absolutely remarkable. Records suggest a market has existed on or near this site since as early as the 11th century. What you see today is a mix of historic market halls and modern artisanal stalls. Cheese, breads, fresh produce, cured meats, pastries, and food from all over the world. We made it to Borough Market. We're smack dab in the middle of it. It's super crowded, but there's something for like everyone. There's so much cheese, so much dried meat. I've seen people roaming around with oysters everywhere, like fresh hot oysters. It's got something for everyone. All I've been looking at are the cheese mountains, and I've been staring at all of the dried meat.
In winter, the one thing you shouldn't miss is the Capsaicin toasted cheese sandwich. Their grilled raclette on sourdough is legendary.
We're eating a cheese toasty. It's so warm, can't wait. So warm, just what you need on this cold day.
Another highlight is the giant paella stand with multiple pans running at different stages. You can literally watch how the dish builds up layer by layer. And yes, Borough Market is full of Instagram bait. Chocolate-covered strawberries, huge cheese wheels, colorful food counters. It's all here. From Borough Market, we walked along the Thames towards the Tower of London. It's a short scenic walk, especially nice in winter.
Tower of London is one of the most fascinating historic sites in the world. It was built by William the Conqueror nearly 1,000 years ago. Over time, it's been a royal palace, a fortress, an armory, a treasury, and yes, a prison. Though not the dark dungeon people imagine. Finally made it to Tower of London after getting kicked out of Borough Market for vlogging. We're waiting now for the tour master, and we were told not to miss it. So it should be interesting.
You're at the Tower of London. There were animals there. I pointed them out to you.
I'm freezing. It's really cold, but I'm excited to go see Kohinoor. यहाँ पे दिखता है ना?
Yes.
Okay. We'll take it.
Should we make a plan? Heist? Money heist.
Money heist is underway. Beware.
One of the best free experiences here is the Yeoman Warder tour. I don't know if I said that right, but the easier name is Beef Eaters. They've been guarding the tower since the 1500s. They live on site and are usually ex-servicemen, like the beef eater that was giving us our tour. The name Beef Eater comes from the fact that they were once given a daily ration of beef as part of their service historically. There's also the famous raven tradition. Legends say the kingdom will fall if the ravens ever leave, so they keep at least 6 ravens in residence at all times. Fun fact, the tower once had a royal zoo. Lions, tigers, elephants, and even a polar bear that used to fish in the Thames. Today, it's home to the crown jewels. The imperial state crown alone has over 23,000 gemstones.
The day looked sunny, and any sunshine mandates being outdoors. In winter, sunlight in London is soft and low, which makes even a simple walk feel nice. And honestly, you never get bored walking London's lanes. Tiny alleys, cobbled walkways, brick buildings, cafes tucked into corners. It's a great city to explore on foot. But after all that walking, it was time to eat.
And nothing says classic London dining like the Savoy. The Savoy Grill has been part of the hotel since the 19th century. I've been wanting to go there to try Gordon Ramsay's famous beef Wellington. The dish was good. Maybe I'd hyped it a bit too much in my head, but dining at the Savoy is worth the visit just for the experience.
Our next stop was Covent Garden. This area originally began as a convent orchard in medieval times. That's where the name comes from. By the 1600s, it became one of London's main fruit and vegetable markets. And today, it's a mix of boutique shops, artisan stalls, restaurants, and some of the best street performers in the city. In December, it's packed with lights and decorations, and the vibe is pure holiday season. We walked onwards towards Buckingham Palace and caught the King's Guard horses on patrol, one of those classic London moments. Then we reached Westminster. Here you get a 360-degree view of London's heavy hitters, Big Ben, Parliament and Westminster Abbey, all in one frame. St. James's Park is just nearby, and it's one of the oldest royal parks, a really peaceful walk even in winter.
Next up is a house full of surprises, Apsley House, which is the first Duke of Wellington's house. It was nicknamed Number 1 London because back in the early 1800s, it was the first house you'd see as you entered the city. All of these items you're looking at, the Duke didn't just collect items. He inherited and displayed over 3,000 artworks, silver, porcelain, and gifts given by European monarchs after his victory at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815.
In the evening, we went to Winter Wonderland in Hyde Park. It's London's biggest Christmas carnival. Rides, games, bars, food stalls, craft markets, and a huge ice rink. Entry is ticketed and the prices change depending on the time. So, booking ahead online is the best option. Food wise, you get everything from bratwurst and churros to mulled wine, chocolate, and festive treats. The atmosphere is fun and festive and is honestly a must do in December.
For all you history buffs, next up is the British Museum. It opened in 1759 and was actually the first public national museum in the world. And even though it holds over 8 million objects, only about 1% is actually on display. So what you see is literally the tip of the iceberg. Apparently, the museum even had its own underground station directly underneath it for more than 30 years. But it closed down in the early 1930s. Now, if you're looking for a quick guide on what you absolutely shouldn't miss, number one is the Rosetta Stone, which is the key that cracked the Egyptian hieroglyphs. Next up is the Parthenon sculptures, and these are the original marble carvings from the Parthenon temple in Athens, dating back to around 440 BC. Next up is the Egyptian mummies. This museum has one of the world's biggest collection of mummies. It's not only wrapped bodies, you also see these ornate coffins, painted masks, preserved hair, even amulets placed inside the wrappings for protection in the afterlife. Some of them are well over 3,000 years old. So it's a mix of eerie, scientific, and absolutely fascinating. There's also a giant bust of Ramses the Great, and this one dates back to over 1000 BC. The museum is pretty large, but I'd say 2 to 3 hours is good enough to cover all the major attractions. You can show up and maybe wander around the museum, but I'd recommend doing a little research in advance so you can see all the things that you actually want to.
We're in Greenwich. They were a little confused while making a sandwich. They were like, what do? We have green here and we have a sandwich here. Let's make a Greenwich.
If you're looking for a place that's a little different from the main city, then you should definitely look at Greenwich. It's one of those places that feels like a small historic town. It's quieter streets, old pubs, and a beautiful riverside walk. It's got a pretty relaxed vibe. So it's a nice break from the busy city center. The main highlight here is the Royal Observatory. This is literally where global time starts. You can stand on the prime meridian line with one foot in the east and the other in the west. Super touristy, but totally fun. Every day at exactly 1 pm, there's a red time ball on top of the roof that drops. In the 1800s, ships on the Thames used this ball to set their clocks before heading out on long voyages. It was basically the world's first public time signal before radio existed. Inside the Observatory Museum, you'll find old astronomical instruments and maritime chronometers that solve the problem of measuring longitude at sea. A breakthrough that completely changed navigation. So these devices basically made long-distance sea travel safer and changed the way we navigate forever.
From there, we walk to the Greenwich Market, great for antiques, crafts, and souvenirs. And before leaving, you have to stop at Dark Sugars. Their hot chocolate is thick, rich, and perfect for London winters.
London has endless museums, but the Victoria and Albert Museum really stands out, and I truly think it's one of those museums that has something that appeals to almost everyone. They have collections that cover almost everything from sculptures to fashion, jewelry, photography, furniture, design, all spanning across thousands of years. My favorite was definitely the cast courts. These are huge halls filled with full-scale plaster replicas of famous monuments from around the world. They were created in the 1800s so the public could study masterpieces without needing to travel. There's even a full replica of Michelangelo's David, and my personal favorite, which had me awestruck, was a towering cast of Trajan's Column. Right outside the museum is the Albert Memorial, a massive monument built in honor of Prince Albert, which is definitely worth a quick stop.
We ended the evening in Notting Hill, the colourful neighbourhood made famous by the movie. The pastel houses, small cafes, and quiet streets make it a great way to slow down after a busy day.
Rachita, smile.
If you're in London for New Year's Eve, don't miss the fireworks. It's the one thing everyone in the city is doing. The event is ticketed and you need to book well in advance. There's music, lights, a full show, and the atmosphere is incredible. You're allowed to bring snacks and there are portable toilets in the viewing zone. We picked a spot near Big Ben. Great view. Once it ends, the crowd becomes a massive wave and the tube stations get packed immediately. We ended up walking a long distance before finally getting a taxi. But overall, it was totally worth it.
London in winter, especially December, has the perfect mix of great food and things to do, all wrapped up in Christmas spirit. If it's your first time here, we hope this guide helps you plan your trip and enjoy London the way we did. If you like the video, hit like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.